Now here in South Florida, we have the perfect opportunities to garden and get outside as well. But if you're not sure where to start, we have the perfect place to help you out, the Edison and Ford Winter Estates.
I'm Debbie Hughes, horticulturist at the Edison Ford Gardens. If you haven't already noticed, this is our herb garden. We like to eat, we like to spice up our food. Herbs are one way to do that. So how do you do it? Well, I got lots of ways, but this is one way that works really well. In case you don't want to do a lot of backbreaking digging, you can do what you call herb mounds. How's that? And what I say is put newspaper down. When we originally did this, we had newspaper as your first layer, right on the grass. You don't have to dig up that grass. Then you do layers and layers of potting mix, mulch, so that you have this raised berm. And you can see we're a little bit higher than usual. Then you start planting your herbs. Of course, this is perfect time of year for herbs. We have different kinds. Some are medicinal. This is Goticula. We have African blue basil, which I'm going to plant later on. We have other kinds of basils. We have mints. We have rosemary. We have more rosemary. We have another type of oregano. So you can see this is any kind of garden that you can put by your front door, by your kitchen door, and then I'm going to show you other ways we can do it too. This is your garden go-to. This is another way of doing your growing. Instead of down on your hands and knees and the berm that we just saw, we're going to do a raised bed garden. Now this one's very raised. We did a little extra because this is the best part about this. We sit down. Doesn't everybody like to sit in the garden and check everything out? So when I'm going to plant this basil we talked about, I'm going to check the roots and see how everything looks. For instance, this one, which is a chive, look at those roots, way too tight. We want to just tease them a little bit. This one, no problem. We can dig a nice little hole. And you got to think about how big the plant will get. This plant will get about 2 feet wide and 2 feet tall. So I'm going to give it that space for these peppers. I'm going to put it over a little bit further. So I know it's going to grow here to fill in. So don't put things too tight. Everything needs some sun. Everything needs a little bit of airflow. Just pat the dirt around it. And you see we got some good compost right here. Chives and basil like to be planted next to each other. They're good companion plants. I like to put those in my eggs. I like to put them in my spaghetti sauce. It's garlic chives. So now we got a nice little ready to go for in a couple months. You'll probably be able to harvest it pretty soon. Now, we've been growing other things besides dirty hands. We've been growing other things in the garden. This is also a raised bed. We have been growing sweet potatoes, which grow great in the summer. Of course, now we want to start our tomatoes and peppers, but all summer long we've been growing sweet potatoes. Here's a sweet potato. It does really work in Florida, so I want you to do it. If you have any questions, just come check us out at the garden shop here at the Edison Ford, and we'll give you plenty of tips for your garden, and you'll have happy gardening from now on.
It's a new year, so now what? Up next, some totally unique ideas on how to reach your goals in 2016. And later, if your goals involve getting in shape, we have the perfect snacks to help you achieve that perfect figure.